Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got an action-packed episode. We're going to be returning back to working on Dungeons and Dragons. In the last episode, we were working on the electronics and making sure the game played properly. So stay tuned. So in this episode, we're going to be doing a complete shop job on the game. We're going to tear it all down, and we're going to clean all the plastics. We're going to re-ring the game. We're going to put in new LEDs. Also, we're going to be doing this technique called retrobriting. It's really going to help brighten up these old plastics. They just kind of yellow over time. Also, we're going to be upgrading the sound system. So another thing we're going to be doing is we're replacing these old side rails here with some nice brand new ones, and also all the buttons we're going to be replacing and rebuilding the flippers. Hey, if you like what we do over here at Empire Pinball, take a moment to consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications. That helps grow the channel and gets my content out to you guys, the viewers. Let's go ahead and start tearing down the playfield. So when doing a shop job, one of the things you're going to want to do is get good quality rings to replace these crappy old rubber rings that are on here. One company I love, and that's pretty much exclusively everything I use on all my games, is from Titan. They make silicone bands. These last way longer than rubber. I think they feel a little bit better. I personally like the translucent color. Now they make it in different colors so you can color coordinate to your game. They come in a kit like this, so you just punch in on their database what game you have, and it will generate the rings that are needed. Also, they sell LEDs and flashers. It really jazzes up the game and makes all the inserts pop with color. Go check them out, titanpinball.com.
So if you've never shopped out a machine before, just take your time, do a section at a time, and take photos, so if you're not sure how it goes back together, you'll have reference. So when I usually work on a machine, I'll remove all the plastics and post if they're in the way, and then clean the playfield with some sort of cleaner. I like to use Powerhouse, and then you can use a Novus wax or some sort of waxing compound to polish the playfield in that area, and then you will put your new rings on there and then replace your plastics, and then you can move on to the next area. Some people like to remove everything and then clean the whole playfield at once and then polish it and then reassemble. So let's talk about retrobriting. I haven't really seen it done with pinball machines, but it's very commonplace for people that like to restore old video game console systems and computer cases. Basically, it removes the yellowing that happens over time. And this is achieved by using a mixture of high-strength hydrogen peroxide and water. And basically, you put those in some sort of container and then put them outside in the sun, and the UV rays and the heat from the sun de-yellow the plastics, and it has produced some pretty good results. Next step is you need to clean all your parts thoroughly, and then go down to like a place called Sally Beauty Supply, and you're going to get 40 volume hydrogen peroxide. Now this stuff can be a little corrosive to your hands, so either if you get it on your hands, wash it off immediately, or you could use gloves. I like to do a 50% mixture of hydrogen peroxide and 50% mixture of water. So basically you just combine the two. You can put it in a Ziploc bag for smaller parts, or a tub, which will require more hydrogen peroxide, but the results are really good. Went ahead and did this process on the flippers and the playfield plastics for hard body, and it's quite amazing the difference. So after retrobriting all the plastics, I will tell you, the difference is really noticeable. They're much brighter and more vibrant in color.
So I wanted to show you guys a little mod that I did for the topper of Dungeons and Dragons here. I've got the Comet Fire 555 lights in here. So I've got a blue one and I've got the red, and I put a green LED in both of these guys. And kind of gives like a really cool flame effect with the back glass on here. And I also swapped out the LEDs, put in red LEDs in the corners, and then a white one here on the front. So that looks really cool when it's going. We're gonna be swapping out the side rails of this game because they are pitted and scratched. And it's kind of a common issue with these games is that the stainless steel isn't that great and it has a tendency to rust. So we're gonna rip these off and install these brand new ones that I got from Marco Specialties. They're a great supplier of pinball parts. So this is the direct replacement for the side rails. Plus, I also got a bag of new, nice white buttons because the ones that are on there are really gross. There's little nails along the sides of these rails, so we have to pull them out very carefully and then pry the old rails off and then install the new ones. So let's get to it. Once all the nails are removed, and the tricky thing with those, you just don't want to rip them out because they'll actually pull out the wood. They're grooved and they're kind of have a screw pattern, so you kind of want to loosen them and then just twist them out, and they come out really easily. They don't leave any damage to the wood, mostly. So let's pull this rail off and see what's going on underneath. All right. Get this thing, throw that away. So I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup underneath here, make sure it's all nice and pretty. Gonna clean the glass guides and get ready for the new piece. And after we get this side rail on, I'm gonna go ahead and pull these buttons off and replace the buttons. Man, that was a lot of work. A lot of time went into getting this thing looking great compared to when I first got it, when it hadn't even been turned on for 16 years. It just turned out amazing. I'm really pleased with how it came out. If you want to check out this game in person, it's actually going to be in the 2023 Texas Pinball Festival. You can come check it out, play it, ask any questions, I'll be there. You can see what I've done in person. Also, stay tuned for the hard body reveal. I'm done with that machine as well. That was the pair. I got both of these machines from the same seller, and both of them hadn't been powered up in 16 years. So until next time, keep flipping.